Our goal is to support you to become a U.S. citizen successfully by providing short and effective study materials to save your time on learning and make it easy for you to remember. Vote.
Vote is to choose or elect a candidate who will be a leader of a country.
So, what does vote mean?
To elect new leaders.
Oath of allegiance.
When you take the oath of allegiance at your naturalization ceremony, you make promises of loyalty to the United States.
What does oath of allegiance mean?
A promise to be loyal to the United States.
O.
O means you need to pay or give something to someone in return for something that you received.
What does it mean to owe?
To have a debt.
Weapon.
Something is used to injure or destroy, like a gun, knife.
What does weapon mean?
Like a gun or knife.
Cited.
If you have committed a traffic offense, you receive a ticket, also called a citation document, which orders you to pay a fine or to appear in court. When you are cited, you will be given a ticket by police.
What does cited mean?
Given a ticket by police.
Jail or prison? Can you define jail or prison?
A place where prisoners are kept.
Claim to be a U.S. citizen. What does it mean to claim to be a U.S. citizen?
To say you are a U.S. citizen.
Habitual drunkard. What does habitual drunkard mean?
Someone who drinks too much alcohol regularly.
Legally incompetent. What does legally incompetent mean?
To have mental problems.
File a tax return. What does it mean to file a tax return?
To send tax paperwork to the government.
Terrorist organization.
Terrorist organization is the unlawful use of force or violence against persons.
What does terrorist organization mean?
An organization that uses violence against people.
Hereditary title.
Hereditary title is a title like a prince or princess.
What is hereditary title?
A royal title like prince or princess.
Parole. Do you understand what parole is?
The early release of a prisoner.
Labor camp. What does labor camp mean?
A place to force people to work.
Register.
You register to vote means you sign up to vote.
What does it mean to register?
To sign up.
Owe taxes.
Owe taxes means you owe money to the government. It happens when you did not file a tax return or you did not pay taxes on time.
Can you explain owe taxes?
To owe the government money.
For sexual contact or relations.
It is the act of using pressure or force to have sexual contact with someone against their will.
What does it mean to force sexual contact or relations?
To touch someone's body when they don't want it.
Communist Party.
Some countries, like North Korea, China.
What does Communist Party mean?
No freedom, like China, North Korea.
Torture. What does torture mean?
To hurt someone physically.
Overdue. Do you understand what overdue means?
Past a deadline.
Military unit.
Military unit is a military group which works for government to fight in a war.
What does military unit mean?
A group that works for government to fight in a war.
Overthrow of a government. So, do you know what overthrow of a government means?
To remove a government from power.
Kill.
Kill means cause the death or end the life of someone.
Can you define kill?
To cause the death of a person.
Crime. Do you understand what crime means?
An action that breaks the law.
A non-U.S. resident.
A U.S. resident is a person who lives in the U.S. A non-U.S. resident is a person who did not live in the U.S.
What does a non-U.S. resident mean?
Not a U.S. resident.
Mental institution. What does mental institution mean?
A hospital for people with mental problems.
Immigration benefit.
Immigration benefit is simply something you must have in order to enter a country, such as visa, green card, or citizenship.
What is immigration benefit?
Things like a visa, green card, or citizenship.
Non-combatant services.
Non-combatant services are works that are not engaged in fighting during a war.
What does non-combatant services mean?
Services that do not involve combat.
Persecute.
Persecute means treat someone cruelly or unfairly because of race, religious, or political beliefs.
What does it mean to persecute?
To hurt someone badly.
Combat.
Combat is a fight, especially during a war.
What is combat?
To fight in a war.
Form of government of the United States.
Form of government of the United States can be one of the following: republic, constitution-based federal republic, or representative democracy.
What is form of government of the United States?
Republic.
Arrested.
Arrest is the act of handcuffing and taking a person into custody by the police.
Do you understand what arrested means?
Handcuffed by the police.
Religion.
Religion is a belief in God. For examples, Christianity, Buddhism.
What does religion mean?
A belief in God.
Convicted.
Convicted means be declared guilty of the offense or crime.
What does convicted mean?
To be found guilty of a crime.
Illegal drugs or narcotics.
Illegal drugs or narcotics are something like heroin or cocaine.
What are illegal drugs or narcotics?
Like heroin or cocaine.
Order of nobility.
Order of nobility is an inherited title who belong to a high social class, like king or queen.
Do you know what order of nobility is?
Like king or queen.
Civilian direction.
A civilian is anyone who is not a member of the military.
Alternative sentencing.
It is a different form of punishment that allows offenders to remain in their communities, like probation, community service.
Can you define alternative sentencing?
A different way to punish someone.
Non-combatant.
Non-combatant is a person who is not engaged in fighting during a war.
What does non-combatant mean?
A person who is not involved in combat.
Totalitarian party. What does totalitarian party mean?
Government controls everything, and people have no power.
Prostitute.
Prostitute is a person who has sex with people for money.
What does prostitute mean?
Someone who has sex for money.
Rehabilitative program. What does rehabilitative program mean?
A program to help someone to restore health.
Detained. What does it mean to be detained?
Held in custody by police.
Smuggle.
Smuggle means to take things from or to a country illegally and secretly.
What does it mean to smuggle?
To take things to a country illegally.
Public benefit. What is public benefit?
Welfare, like food stamps.
Misleading. What does misleading mean?
Giving a wrong idea.
Lie. What does it mean to lie?
To say something that is not true.
Genocide.
Genocide means killing people, such as an ethnic or religious group.
Can you explain what genocide is?
To kill a whole race.
Pay alimony.
Alimony is financial support paid by one ex-spouse to the other after the divorce.
What does pay alimony mean?
To pay money to ex-spouse after a divorce.
Work of national importance.
An example of work of national importance is you will help the Red Cross take care of people during a fire or an earthquake.
What is work of national importance?
Tasks that are important to a nation.
Probation.
Probation allows a person convicted of a crime a chance to remain in the community instead of going to jail.
What does probation mean?
You report to an officer regularly instead of jail time.
Prison camp.
Prison camp is a camp for prisoners of war or political prisoners.
What does prison camp mean?
A place to keep enemy soldiers.
False.
False means not correct, not true.
What does false mean?
Not true. Controlled substances. A controlled substance is generally a drug which is regulated by a government.
What does controlled substances mean?
You can buy it with a prescription, but with restrictions.
Charge.
Charge means police claim that you have done something wrong or something illegal under law.
Do you understand what charge means?
Police tell you that you did something illegal.
Gamble.
Gamble means bet. Play a game for money.
Do you understand what gamble means?
To play a game for money.
Constitution.
Constitution is the fundamental law of the U.S. federal government and the supreme law of the land.
What does Constitution mean?
It is the supreme law of the land.
Bear arms.
Bear arms means carry or use weapons.
Do you understand what bear arms means?
To use a gun.
Offense.
Offense is violation or breaking of law or a social rule.
What does offense mean?
A minor crime.